Oh, it's Creepy Girl. Very loud. And,
That is very loud, actually. I've even got it turned down, it's still quite loud.
So, I'm kind of curious about your company, Tender Linda. Wait, I forgot my different voice. More unfriendly atmosphere you could expect from a family-sized business. A conscientious rate of interest, and an attractive repayment policy. If you're close to the mic to do this, we will gently lend you that little bit extra here at Tender Linda.
Hey Nick, things are getting a bit tight for Wright & Co. at the moment, aren't they? I mean, there was that $500 you owe me from our card game for starters. Why don't you take out a loan?
Top Trump's a serious business, man. They still make those. Tender Linda is on your side. I eat your soul. Let's say I make with repayment. What happens then? Oh, we'd give you more coffee. Strong coffee. Right, I think I'd rather skip town. I'm out of here. Bye!
Hey! Just remember I can make strong coffee too, Nick. Strong tea as well.
My tea is legendary. So, do you know about the incident we're investigating? What incident?
Well, a man was poisoned in a restaurant near here. That incident.
People die left and right in this place. Let me see. I was here that day with the manager. The manager being the tiger? Furio Tigre.
Furio?
Tigre? What a name.
Zinniap's got a real name, Nick. Hurry up and find out more about him.
Now he's got a name. We know how to destroy him. Names are powerful things.
That they are.
I'll get the virgin's blood. Wait, what? Can I ask you about the tiger? I mean, Mr. Tigre. Cookie?
Sure.
How do you like my cookies? I baked them myself.
Go ahead, Nick. The honor is all yours.
No. Ladies first, man.
Giving me goosebumps.
Good. We lovers. Hey-o.
Okay.
And I owe Don Tigre my life. He's the one who saved me. The tiger saved you? Please address him properly as Don Tigre. Otherwise I'll have to... Okay, Don Tigre, of course, I'm sorry. I'm very frail, you see. Just recently I died once.
You died?
About 4 months ago. The doctor said to abandon all hope. But Don Tigre, he saved me. He gave up everything.
Everything?
When I found out he had done for me, I was happy.
No offense, but I'm finding that a little hard to believe.
I decided I'll pay him back with my life by serving him coffee and espresso. So is that why you've got that bandage around your head? This? So what's the story with the bandage? We were just talking about it. They put it on after the operation. Oh.
Operation?
It's just a little injury. A little fatal injury.
A fatal injury?
So that's the injury you were talking about before you said you had died once? Don't worry, I got better. I regenerated.
I'm not dead!
Yeah, that guy from the last game's still going.
Oh, she really creeps me out, Nick.
We haven't even got to Side Hill yet. Fireman Square. Or Vitamin Square.
Vitamin.
Right, well, it's meant to be set in America / Japan /
I
God only
know.
knows what country we're in.
There he is, old Seedy's back feeding the pigeons again. There, take this, and get out of my park.
Like I thought, he's really mad. Come on, man, let's just keep your head down. Let's sneak away while we still can.
What? Why? Hello, old man.
What are you doing, Maya?
Huh?
Oh, great.
Ka. Hey, he just turned his back on us.
I'm not surprised. I bet I really hurt his pride in court this morning.
Hey, Mr. Kudo. Pigeon. Ka. Look, we really need to talk to you, alright? Out with your demons. In with a good fortune. Ow, 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 seeds, shells, splinters, painful.
You got hit this time. I always knew you were a demon, Maya. That actually explains a lot, actually. Although she can summon spirits, so maybe he is. I'm sorry about what happened in court earlier today.
Everyone will be talking about me behind my back now. A dirty old man who was so busy looking at the serving girl's backside that he can't remember her face. A filthy, depraved animal.
No, not at all.
Hey, you listen to me, boy. I don't care what you say. I saw what the waitress put in it. She put some white powder into the young lad's Javicino. We hear you. And another thing, the young lad was wearing an earpiece. On the same side as the lens on his broken spectacles. We're really sorry. So I made a little mistake about the vase. So what? I know what I saw. I tell you.
Okay, take it easy, please, Mr. Kudo.
Don't tell me to take it easy, you spiky-haired brat. Take this. You said you were a craftsman, right? The modern world casts honest craftsmen like me aside in droves. Surely it's not that. I come from a long line of craftsmen, right back to the time of the shoguns. Do you hear me? I didn't become an embroiderer, I was born one. Actually, I'm kind of in the same situation myself. I want to stick my fingers up that dribbling old judge's nose. And scream right down his ear hole. Objection!
No, more gusto.
Oh, so did you want to become a lawyer when you were young?
I don't think that's quite it, Meyer. I think he's just in a bad mood, that's all.
I've got a tsunami of frustration inside and it's ready to burst out.
Uh-oh. Suck it up. So, there's not much call for craftsmen these days, then?
Of course not, you idiot. All I'm good for nowadays is running errands. Errands? Everyone takes advantage of the elderly. Buy some bread, Grams. Take the dog for a walk, Granddad. Feed the pigeons, old man. What am I, some sort of two-bit community handyman? Well... Buy some bread, now that I can understand. But what's the point of feeding some seedy pigeons? Why do people say what they mean? Get lost, that's what they're trying to say. Oh yes, I'm just an inconvenience, you see. At home, at that restaurant, I just get in the way, don't I?
I'm sure you don't. Hold up, by restaurant, are you talking about Fabian? Did you get asked to run errands there too?
Yes, I did, the very day that young brat was poisoned.
What? So, on the day of the incident, what were you asked to do?
Glad you asked, boy, because I'll tell you what I was asked to do.
Wear a waitress's outfit now.
All of a sudden, that young lad slumped over the table. The serving girl collapsed. And I broke that vase. It all happened so fast, I was in a bit of a daze, you see. Then the owner shouted over to me. Excusez-moi, you. Call our police. Call them yourself, I should have said back, but I didn't think of it at the time. So did you end up calling the police? Like I said, I was in a bit of a daze.
I called the fire brigade instead. Did you call them on your cell phone?
Do I look like I have one of those newfangled thingamajigs? I went out looking for a payphone, of course.
These exist.
Yeah, they still exist. You went looking for one?
I couldn't find one right away, you know. Wandering around for about 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes?
So, for 5 minutes after the incident happened...
Yes, sirree, the owner was a Tribune, was on his own.
Why didn't you mention this in court this morning?
Well, I would have if you would have given me the chance.
You were there for hours, or for like hours.
But you all bullied me out of the courtroom.
Oh, it's the judge. I think the judge told you to piss off, basically. Judge,
Me talking to myself.
I do all the
It's not
time.
my fault, you're the ones to blame.
You could at least told us before we got to court.
It really is important that Mr. Kuro was the one who called the police.
Well, let's think about this, shall we? Mr. Kudo might have been chased out of the place on purpose.
What do you mean?
Maybe a certain someone didn't want him in the restaurant.
Ah.
Oh, sure, you go ahead and say I was in the way as usual. I suppose I should have covered myself and get myself covered in pigeon poop instead,
Onwards, leaving for his pigeons. Still pink.
Oh, no.
Still pink. It's also.
It's interesting, there's no music here.
It's just death.
Looks like Mr. Armstrong's out again.
But the place is open for business. You can't have an open restaurant without a chef.
Hey, it's not my fault, Nick. I don't take it out on me.
Or maybe we're trying to avoid him. Oh, Mr. Wright. Hello, Maggie. So they finished questioning you. Wasn't it unbelievable in court today, sir? She's almost got an accent there. I'm going to stay up all night and blog about everything that happened.
Weren't you scared? It was pretty touch and go in there.
Yeah, but you totally nailed that old man. Well, he was all over the place with his testimony. He's not the only one.
Huh? What do you mean?
Everyone else's testimonies don't match up either. Not with what I remember of the incident, anyway.
She has got an accent, you're right, you're giving it
I'm not sure what, though.
It's almost like what's-her-face.
Yes, I know exactly who you mean.
Maggie, you know how you said everyone else provided testimony that didn't match up with what you remembered?
The wife.
That does also helps narrow it down. There's just so many things that don't seem to add up.
The French one.
Oh! Okay,
You voiced her last time.
Yes. The biggest conflict. She's now French. He was the one who slid something into the victim's coffee. I'm sure it was him. She's been at that restaurant too long.
You're looking for continuity in our voices, you've lost it here.
There was no continuity between parts. My lose track of the voice to do.
I've just suddenly realised who the woman was.
So you really think it was that disappearing man that went?
Well, he's not the only one that disappeared. The CD vanished as well. You know, the CD with the writing on it.
Oh yeah, the MC Screwdriver album, right?
It was MC Bomber, Maya. The name was scrawled on the sports paper as well. God. They never did find that CD at the crime scene, sir.
Ouch, my head, this is getting way too complicated for me.
We haven't got complicated yet. You said that you passed out when the victim, Glenn L., collapsed, right? Yes, it was so embarrassing. I mean, I used to be a cop. When I came to, the restaurant was buzzing with police. All one of them. Because there is only one person in this police force. And before I knew that what was going on, they arrested me, sir. Me. So between the time of the victim collapsed and the time the police arrived on the scene, you have no idea what went on at Tribulations. God, I'm passing out. It always makes my job harder. No idea at all. Why is it important, Mr. Wright? The other witness, the old man from the park, was pretty much chased out of the picture. Chased out of the picture? What do you mean?
Old Seedy wasn't inside the restaurant because he was told to go call the police.
Name works two ways. Exactly, and you and Maggie were unconscious. That means Mr. Armstrong was alone in the restaurant for a brief period of time. No, you don't think Mr. Armstrong set me up, do you? When you consider the facts, it's hard to imagine that Mr. Armstrong isn't involved in this at all. It's like the master biting the paw of the dog when it feeds. Are you sure about this, Mr. Wright? Well, the old man said as much when we spoke with him earlier. Sadly. I don't know. Man says don't add up for some reason, sir. It's like, why am I still wearing the waitress outfit?
We better find out exactly what happened to the old man on that day.
Alright, that's it. Karen, you get the time machine out. I feel much better after the trial this morning. I've been a bit of a courtroom proceedings addict for years. It feels like forever since I saw the witnesses specifically of the old man. Try our last case. Still, I feel a bit uneasy.
Huh? I thought you just said you felt much better.
Maggie, if there's something on your mind, you've got to tell us. Especially if it's anything to do with Mr. Kudo or his testimony. Roger, I'll spill it all and see what you make of it. Is there anything about Mr. Kudo's testimony that stood out as odd to you? Actually, yes. But the fact that he was even testifying to begin with doesn't quite...
Doesn't quite what?
Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table... It's true, there was another customer in the restaurant. Oh, case has been broken open. But I can't really say. It was an old man.
Okay, then how about calling him a really old middle-aged man?
No, age isn't the issue. The other customer was a woman. A woman? They exist. I'm sorry.
Are you sure, Maggie?
Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think so.
So, what did this woman look like?
She was sort of creepy. That's not a visual description. And kind of a cackling laugh. Creepy?
Cackling?
Oh shit, it's all back. She's back. This time she's angry. Angrier than normal. Oh yeah, the lunchbox. Oh yeah, I've got something you're gonna love. Really? What is it? A lunchbox just for you. Here. I assume there's a slot. I'm just not throwing it up against the window. Wow, a lunchbox. Weenies too. I can't believe it. Thank you, sir. Did you make this just for me, Mr. Wright?
Nah, it was Detective Gumshoe. Who else to make you such a nice lunchbox for you?
Detective Gumshoe?
He's really worried about you. Looks like he put a lot of effort into making this.
Weenies and rice. I can't accept it.
My throat's killing me.
Detention center rules. No gifts allowed, sir. That does make sense. Hey, come on, Maggie. Don't be like that. The rules are the rules. They'll lock you up if you break them. Aren't you already locked up? And anyway, I hate weenies.
Oh, really?
It's all yours, Maya. You can enjoy it with Mr. Wright.
But...
She's right. It's better than letting it go to waste.
But... I guess so.
Well, how was it? That hit the spot. I love weenies. Finn's right, he loves weenies. Along now with Sword Snake and his mushin'. The police is about as busy as usual. Oh, should we need generic police officer?
Why the heck isn't that press conference up yet? The superintendent's here already.
Yeah, and there's a problem with the internet too. Okay, Skype's disconnected again.
I already told you to stop using your computer, Chief.
But I'm watching videos online. I'm catching up with my Asian soap operas. Chief needs to get a job. They should do some fucking work.
It's gonna have to wait, Chief. I'm throwing the switch.
No! Just when some young guy was about to confess to his son's out-the-trot girlfriend. Why?
Wow, this place is really buzzing.
Nothing worked. Something must be going down. Something really big. I don't know why I'm laughing.
I want to know more about the Chief of the Detective.
Ah, what are you doing here, pal?
Detective Gumshoe.
You can't be here right now. You'll get roped into the briefing if you stay. Huh? We got a big problem here today. Yeah, I heard about the chief.
Why? What's going on?
It's a virus! A virus!
A virus?
There's a virus ripping through the precinct's computer system. This is really inconvenient. Okay, I'm gonna say this once, so listen up.
Yes.
No matter how poor you get, never borrow money from a place like this, you hear?
Okay.
If you got money trouble, just go on a diet of instant noodles and hang in there. And we're not thinking about borrowing money, detective. We want information. No. Well, let's see. Tender lender is considered to be even fishier than your average legal loan shark. And it ran into some trouble just recently. Those guys have been pretty heavy-handed calling in all their debts. Don't go poking your nose around in their business, pal. You'll regret it if you upset that lady. Alright, I get a picture. Meanwhile, the chief is balding in the background.
Who's this lady he's talking about, Nick?
Lady. First computer viruses.
So what exactly is a computer virus, Detective Gumshoe?
I know.
What?
Look, I just go with the flow, alright, pal? What's with that face, pal? You think you know what a virus is? Computer or normal?
Well, Nick, do you?
A computer virus? Sure, I mean only in simple terms, of course.
Really? Wow, you know everything, Professor Nick.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you Dr. Wright from now on.
Hey, that sounds pretty cool. Don't you agree, Dr. Wright?
Dr. Wright, attorney of medicine. New spin-off game. Okay, fine, I'm no expert, but I can at least explain the basics to the two of you. Surrounded by idiots. A virus is a program that gets inside a computer and causes damage. Damage? You mean it makes the machine go boom and explode? No, damage is, well, it's all internal.
So the inside goes boom, right?
There's no boom. Imagine all the case data you got stored in your PCs here at the station. A virus could wipe out all of that. That's the kind of damage I'm talking about.
Whoa, that's scary.
Yeah, and what's even more scary is the viruses are infectious.
Infectious?
It's not covered on your HMO either. Most computers are connected together on a network, right? It's called the internet. It's this new thing. Okay. Let's let her think about this. Network? Meanwhile, the chief is still boiling in the background. My soap opera!
Oh, some guy,
Will he get his son's go? Whatever the fucking storyline was.
Son's hot to trot girlfriend.
Yeah, like, I'll say it before, I'll say it again. Chief needs to get a job. Or do his job, more importantly. That's what it's been. Work computers. I forgot what I was doing there. Probably something. We're back. A virus can move from one machine to another over the network. So the virus just keeps spreading faster and faster. Just like a real virus, huh?
But Nick, why would anyone want to make a program like that?
Yeah, it takes ages to type in all that data. Why would you want to destroy it, pal? I've done that. Destroyed. No, people don't infect their own machines. They send the virus to someone else.
What? That's horrible.
Oh, I get it. It's like you sneezing on God over so we catch the cold. I'm sure he can catch a cold, can he?
Right, then he wouldn't be able to turn up in court because he'd be too sick.
What? Why did the conversation jump to talking about me? Anyway, that's what a computer virus is. A bad program that causes damage. And all different viruses have names, right? Yeah, Windows Vista. I kind of feel like I've heard the name of the virus we caught somewhere before. Okay, name of a virus. Windows Vista, Norton. Detective Gumshoe, about this. What? I'm trying to concentrate on Maggie and the virus right now, so I... Ah! That's it! That stupid name, I remember it now. It's okay, Maya. You don't have to cry about it. Name scribbled on the sports paper and written on that CD. That's the name of the virus. MC Bomber.
What?
Yeah, the virus infected every computer on the station, pal. It's MC Bomber. Can you give us any more details, please? I beg you. I have no idea what's going on. We already knew about the MC Bomber virus for a while back. A group of criminals issued a series of demands to the head honchos of law enforcement. They threatened to release the virus if the demands weren't met. This has gone from a poisoning case to cyber terrorism.
Who are they?
They call themselves anonymous. Some hotshots from the criminal underworld would be my guess. And now the virus has been released, huh? I guess that sucks for you. Yeah, and every computer in every public office in the city. Everyone's going nuts. They're hopping around and dancing at a carnival.
All this stuff with criminals and viruses, it almost feels like we're in a sci-fi movie.
Apparently the programmer who made the virus was a real genius or something. The focus right now is on tracing the root of this virus on the black market. You mean someone put this virus up for sale? Yeah, and because this one's so powerful. Their estimated price tag was in the millions of dollars, pal.
You alright?
Yeah, Gumshoe's still kidding me. That's the girl who works over at Tender Lender. You want to stay away from her, okay? I mean it. That should be the least of your worries, pal.
He has become a lot more gruff than he usually is.
He's stressed, you know. He's got a lot of work. He's got a virus to deal with, man. Her name is Viola.
Cadaverini.
That's the way it's a punk Cadaverini. She's the granddaughter of Bruno. Bruto. Your line.
Bruno Cadaverini? Do you know who that is, Nick?
Sounds like a Bond villain. Never heard of him. Bruno Cadaverini is the boss of the Cadaverini family. The Cadaverinis? That sounds like a Italian pizza company. We can't touch them, they're powerful. But you're thinking of taking them on, aren't you? You idiot! Slaps me hard. No, I don't remember ever saying I was going to. Family, half Yakuza, half Mafia. I'm not sure if I really want to get involved in this, but who are the Cadaverinis? They're the pizza place down the road, aren't they? Who are they? A scary bunch of people, that's who. Trust me, it doesn't matter if you're a kid or a cop, these guys are scary. They've got some serious clout in the criminal underworld. We can't touch them. They've got too much moolah. Moolah? As in, they pretty much control all the cash in the city's black market. The black market, huh? And that includes Tender Lender, I take it. Sure, no one stands up to Bruno Cadaverini, and I mean no one.
So Viola's the granddaughter of some mafia boss then?
Yeah, and everyone knows how much Bruno loves his little girl. She means everything to him. So, how did she end up at Tender Lender? I don't know, pal. But I heard she and the boss of Tender Lender are pretty tight.
Tight?
That's what I said in the file. That's what it said in the file I read related to Maggie's case. Ah! I can't believe it. I almost forgot the most important thing. And that is, you know, the lunchbox. How did everything go? This is Pearl's theme.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Lunchbox?
You remember the weenies?
Yeah, it's unfair to call Gumshoe a weenie. She hates weenies. Okay, Look at those weenies! I've had a lot of weenies today. So, how did my weenies taste when they went down the hatch?
Huh? Well, it was delicious.
Yeah, that's what she said. Really?
Well,
Don't worry about it, pal. I figured something would happen. So I came prepared. Prepared? Do I want to know? What do you mean? I mean a jumbo lunchbox. More weenies.
Oh.
Do me a favor, get up out and deliver this. She's walking around with weenies in his pocket. I can't imagine Maggie's little eyes sparkling with joy.
Weenies again, Nick. Tell me we don't have to eat all these too.
If I ever see another weenie again, I'm gonna have a Vietnam flashback.
I really can't eat anymore.
Mine's full. It's rare that happens. I leave the world's worst police department.
But the soap opera.
You will never know! No. Navigating this world.
It's weird directions, I gotta say.
Well, the new games, you can just go anywhere from anywhere, so you don't have to go through.
Oh, that's useful.
Yeah, much better. Oh, it's her. With her hair.
Ex Machina.
Yes. Ghost in the Shell, I think was the reference they did. Being Japanese. Glenn's trouble.
Glenn's troubles, come on.
So, how about you tell me what kind of trouble Mr. Elg was in? I'm sorry, sir, but we don't deal with troubleshooting here. Perhaps you would speak to someone in customer service. Or call our hotline. Miss Basil, let me ask you something. Did Mr. Elg's troubles have anything to do with this? It's a game show. This? Your new car? Gumshoe's lunchbox.
The lunchbox.
Throw a weezer. What is that? A bunch of horse racing tickets, all losing ones. With that many tickets, you could go get $1 at the recycling center. You good people are very, very bad. Cashing others is immoral. But what is the relevance of these tickets? The victim, Mr. Glenn Elg. He had a gambling habit, didn't he? I don't think that is a logical conclusion based on the facts. Everyone likes to go to the races from time to time. Anyway, I don't believe that proves anything on its own. You're right, but I'm not through yet. Mr. Elg's gambling wasn't restricted to horse races, was it? Damn it, lunchbox be important. The lottery, horse racing. He bought a lot of tickets and lost a lot of times. That's got to have hurt his wallet pretty bad, don't you think? Maybe bad enough to be cause of some pretty serious trouble, perhaps.
Ooh.
You are right. Glenn did have a gambling habit. You good people must not follow this example, do you understand? Trust me, even if I wanted to, I don't exactly have the money to buy any. But if you win, there's no problem, is there? And Glenn had a winning ticket, didn't he? For $500,000. Yeah, but it's hard to imagine how he could have been in trouble then, isn't it? It's true that Mr. Elg won $500,000 in the end. But that was the first stroke of good luck. He was in deep trouble before that. Deep trouble? What do you mean? Mr. Elg's real problem was something more terrifying and ferocious. Gumshoe, no, Furio Tigre, the boss of the loan office called Tender Lender. Tender Lender? People with businesses should think harder before naming their offices. Well, what do you think? Our firm is doing very well at the moment. I don't think we need to borrow money. No. I mean about Mr. Elg. You think Glenn has something to do with this Furio Tigre? Yes! I'm sorry, I don't know any connection between the two of them. Ladies full of shit. So much evidence. Where we get all this crap from? Furio Tigre, aka the Tiger, is the boss of the loan office called Tender Lender. This is who Mr. Elg was meeting on the day of his murder, and the only thing a loan shark would talk about with him would be his debt. It's true that Glenn had quite a bit of debt from his gambling habit. About $100,000, I think. But I've heard he won the lottery, so he should have been in the clear. Okay, so the guy got lucky and won the lottery. But what if he hadn't won? think about. What was his plan then? Well, that's easy to say, but he said he would use his talents to repay the money. His talents? I expect he was talking about programming. What computer programmer is worth $100,000? Perhaps you good people should leave so I can get back to work. Cracking her like a nut. Well, this is it, isn't it? This is the virus that's infecting computers worldwide as we speak. MC Bomber, which is a stupid name for a virus. Glenn had more processing power than any computer, but he had been infected with the gambling virus. Glenn was in too deep. You mean he was in debt? Yes, $100,000 in debt. Not an easy amount to repay. So he said he was taking on some extra work, something a bit risky. Risky? How?
Maybe he was going to become a waitress at Tribulations?
That's risky. Wait, what?
That's risque.
Hey. So it's safe to say Mr. L was the creator of this virus, huh? This MC Bomber virus? Yes. It was a work of genius, in a bad sort of way, of course, but still genius. Something like that would probably fetch several $1 million on the black market. People know a lot about this black market. This date, December 3rd, was marked on his calendar. This was his deadline for repaying his debts. He's horrified.
Use the trash can, Nick.
You scumbag! What's wrong with you? Still there. Hello.
We're going to die, aren't we?
Again, alright, let's do this. The head bandage. You said the bandage around your head was from an operation. You also said you suffered a fatal injury to the head, correct? Yes, the operation was very difficult, apparently. Now, by fatal injury, you would mean you hurt very badly somehow, right? Did the injury in question have something to do with this? Gumshoes, lunchbox. It causes a lot of injuries. I have here a car repair bill. From this, it's pretty obvious that the car was involved in an accident. Let me see that. This bill is mailed to the Cadaverinis. Yes, it is. I don't think I ever introduced myself. Tell me, what do the Cadaverinis have to do with me? Well, I never blink once. Oh, I do.
It's always very slow, blink.
Very slow, blink. As I think about every different way I can disembowel you with my bare hands. I know exactly who you are, Viola Cadaverini. You sustained an injury in a traffic accident, didn't you? It happened about 4 months ago. I was driving in one of our family's cars when someone pulled out in front of me. God damn it, Phoenix! Everywhere you go! It was a motorbike or something like that. I don't remember it much. Anyway, I swerved to try to avoid it, but I took a blow to the head. A bad one. But now I have superpowers, so it's okay. So what happened to the person on the bike? I'm guessing they didn't get away with injuring the Viola Cadaverini, right? I don't know what happened to them. They ran away, or so I heard. Ran away? If they stayed, I'd have... Well, let's take a guess who that was. It was this man, wasn't it? He was the cause of your accident. It wasn't Don Tigo. I refuse to believe it. We collided. The motorbike in my car. But Don TK isn't in use at all, is he? Feel it in my bones. I'm sorry, Miss Cadaverini. But I have proof that the tiger wasn't involved in the traffic accident on his bike. By the fact that his gloriously pink scooter, because that's how you know he's manly. It's not exactly a motorbike, but Mr. Tigre rides around on a scooter, doesn't he? And you'll notice that the front wheel guard is badly damaged. Miss Cadaverini, you know the truth, don't you? This repair bill was paid by Furio Tigre. The Cadaverinis have known for ages who caused the accident, haven't they? It's possible, perhaps. Somewhere inside me, I know that may be true. But Don Tigre still saved my life. The operation was very complicated. It was very, very expensive. How much are we talking? Very, very, very expensive.
Phoenix has suddenly become very brave there. How much are you talking?
Anyway, it was the tiger who paid for it, right? After I recovered, Don Tigre told me. He said he paid for the operation because he cared about me. I believe him. Really? But do you honestly believe that to be true? Do you want to know what I think? I think the reason he paid for the operation was because of you. But not because of you, but because of someone else. Perhaps I shouldn't be saying this, but hey, it's never stopped me before. Your grandfather, Buto Cadaverini, controls a lot of dubious cash, right? And you are his beloved pride and joy. Because he's actually children, fuck them. Sure, I don't know exactly how much the operation cost, but if you weren't the granddaughter of Mr. Cadaverini, do you think Mr. Tigre would have paid the money? $1 million. The hell of an operation. 4 months ago, I was in a traffic accident. That's why I needed the operation. When I woke up, they told me that it was nothing serious. A simple procedure.
Oh, really?
I'm still here, by the way. They said the operation cost $1 million.
$1 million?
My grandfather ordered Don Tigre to pay $1 million in compensation.
Compensation, huh?
It's an underworld lingo for paying money to settle the score. Just underworld lingo. Basically pay or get into some serious trouble. I wanted to believe him. I wanted to trust what Don Tigre said. He said he had nothing to do with my grandfather being Buto Cadaverini. I wanted to believe he helped me because he cared about me, not about my grandfather. But I knew that wasn't really true.
Wow, I'm so sorry.
What he did to get the money was evil. He said it was all for me, so I helped him.
You helped him? In what way?
Here, take these. I'm Buto Cadaverini's granddaughter. He had to pay compensation. He was made an offer he simply couldn't refuse. With that, she goes back to her home planet.
Wow, I feel so bad for Viola.
It's inexcusable! Why poison him specifically is inexcusable? Or you killing someone anyways, inexcusable.
Is everything alright, Nick?
We should get going. Right after we finish our espresso. You don't want to leave an espresso half-fit drunk. Don't need that. Oh, that one he threw in the trash. Ah, well, back to the restaurant and hope What's his face is back.
Oh no. Hey, bonjour, I've been waiting for you to return. Mr. Armstrong.
Ah, good timing. I was hoping to find you here. We'd like to ask you a few questions.
Oh god, it's him. Ah, it's in here.
Who you calling Zinhiap?
Ah!
Okay, hand it over.
What?
You want to play games with me? I don't recommend that. The medical papers now.
If you mean this? The $1 million medical papers? Miss Cadaverini trusted you. That's why she said that she helped you. You scumbag.
Forget about it. That girl's dumber than an eggplant. You want to know what's sad? I'll tell you what's sad. It ain't only her face. You think she got power because she's Bruto's little girl. Now that's sad.
I can't let you have these papers. I will stand up to you tomorrow in court. I'm going to expose what you did to get the $1 million you used to pay this off.
Are you crazy or something?
Possibly.
I don't care if you want to give it to me or not. There's 2 of us here. You got that? 2.
Does he really count? What's he gonna do? Perfume me to death?
Oui.
Mr. Armstrong, how could you?
Forgive me, désolé, I cannot argue with him.
Ow! My face! Oh, not the face again. Fucking pro hit me.
Is that all you got? I'll be taking those papers now. Armstrong, get that lighter.
Wait!
Don't take it too hard. Phoenix Wright.
No, Zinhyup. I could have had him, you know. Totally could have had him. We need someone to save the day. Who would save the day? Hold it, pal! Detective Gumshoe!
Detective? You think you're gonna stop me, copper? Beat it.
Well, that's a quick roll. Come on, Gumshoe, keep it together. You guys, get out of here. Leave this guy to me. Go, pal, on, take these. If you get hurt, who'd look after Mackie, huh? Alright, thanks, Gumshoe. He's such a swell guy.
Wait, Nick, don't leave me behind!
I'm sure Gumshoe will be fine.
There ensued one of the greatest battles in history.
You know, Dragon Ball Z had epic battles, you ain't seen anything.
But we never will see it, unfortunately, because the animation budget was.
They just don't have. They don't have that budget or that animation quality. Oh well, the final day.
That's how I imagine it in my head, though.
Just, yeah, Dragon Ball Z, ridiculous levels of. That's exactly how it happens. That restaurant was leveled. And good riddance. The food was crap.
Très bien.
Très bien.